We got another early international game in the NFL this Sunday. The Falcons will take on the Colts in Germany. The Colts will be a 6.5-point favorite, and the total sits at 48.5. Man, we're going to have to take a look at that total. Atlanta comes in with a 3-5 record. They're 4-4 against the spread. They've lost 3 of 4 on the road. Of course, this is a neutral site game, but it's outside of Atlanta. It's a natural grass surface, actually. It's not exactly the fast track in the dome in Atlanta. They're coming off a 23-24 loss at New England. I had a 5% play on the Patriots in that game. I won't cry about it too much, but the missed extra point at the end of that game really added insult to injury. The Patriots turned the ball over twice. Atlanta did not turn the ball over at all. That was the difference in the game. But Michael Penix Jr. also had his say, threw for 221 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks on 22 of 37 passing, a career high 3 touchdowns in that game. I mentioned his home-away splits because he normally doesn't play that well away from home. He had a pretty good game against a suspect New England secondary. This team has a great defense. They have the number 3 total defense in the NFL. They're only allowing opponents to average 283 yards per game. Their pass defense is the strength of this unit, though. They rank 20th against the run. They're allowing opponents to average 4.4 yards per carry and 124 yards per game. Might that come into play against the Colts? Well, a little bit of foreshadowing, perhaps. They have the number 15 run offense. They're averaging 117 yards per game on the ground. And they play in Stadium Olympiastadion. In English, it's Olympic Stadium in Germany, in Berlin. And previous games in Germany, however, not at this stadium, at Allianz Stadium, which I believe is the home of Bayern Munich. This stadium hosts some lesser Bundesliga teams like Hertha Berlin, some other Union Berlin, lower level Bundesliga teams. But it's a 100-year-old stadium. Was built for the Olympics before World War II, I believe, and natural grass surface. So I don't know what to expect here, but previous games in Germany, let's list the previous games. Seattle lost 21-16 to Tampa Bay. Miami lost 21-14 to Kansas City. Indiana won 10-6 against New England, and Carolina won 20-17 in overtime. So we haven't even seen a game get to 40 total points in Germany over the last 4 seasons. I wouldn't want to bet the over in this game. Let's put it that way. We'll talk about the Indianapolis Colts, but before we do, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available this weekend at wagertalk.com. Those of you who follow these videos already know this is the Weekend Warrior, the best bang for your buck. You can get all day college football on Saturday, all day NFL on Sunday. We'll even throw in Monday Night Football for just $49. How am I doing with my NFL? Well, we laid an egg on Thursday night. I'm ashamed of myself about that, but we're 7-2 the last 2 Sundays. We're 7-1 with college football the last 3 Saturdays. So those of you signing up for the Weekend Warrior have done quite well, and we're planning on continuing that success this weekend. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. I do ask that you take the time to smash that like button. That really helps me out. And if you've got anything to say to me about this game or any other NFL game this weekend, college football, any sport of your choice, or if you want to talk about almost anything except for politics, you hit me up in the comments below and I will get back to you. Some of the comments are quite interesting. Let's have a look at what people have been saying this week. We got this fella saying Indiana will lose at Penn State 100%, and Iowa will take down Oregon. Funny how many people drink the fool's Kool-Aid. Ohio State wins it all, not even close. I'm unsure if this guy's actually serious or if he's being sarcastic. I mean, I did pick as potential upsets this week both Penn State and Iowa, but I didn't come anywhere close to saying 100% they're going to win outright. Far from it, indeed far from it. Interesting comment, this one. And we got Chuck Finley, who tunes into the live End Zone show on Sundays. And if you haven't seen our live show on Sunday mornings right before kickoff, I suggest you tune in. We give out free plays, in-game betting. I usually bring a couple bottles of wine and a plate of charcuterie. Chuck Finley says, "No way Prez tore a bicep, Jesse." I guess Prez was complaining about a torn bicep. He says he could never lift enough weight to accomplish that tear. Well, Chuck Finley, I don't want to speculate on what Prez exactly was doing when he tore his bicep, but I'll leave that up to the imagination, perhaps. Let's get back into this game. Let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 7-2. They're 6-3 against the spread, and they're 2-2 on the road. They're coming off a 27-20 loss at Pittsburgh, and that was a bit of a shocker, but even more of a shocker when you look at how they lost that game, because they outgained the Steelers 368 to 225 in total yards. They had an edge of 26-17 in first downs. They turned the ball over 6 times, 3 interceptions, 3 fumbles. They lost the turnover margin 6-1, and that's the only stat that matters. Now, if you turn the ball over 6 times and your opponent only turns it over once, you're not winning that football game. It was surprising that it was as close as it was, 27-20. A lot of people want to bet against this Colts team. I've heard a lot of sharp football handicappers say, the Colts aren't that good. I want to bet against them. I'm not sure that I agree, to be honest with you. And at the trade deadline, they pick up Sauce Gardner. The secondary was a weakness. Sauce Gardner, I don't know if we can even call him Sauce anymore. He's going to have to do a few things to earn that nickname back. Cool nickname, but he hasn't really performed enough to deserve it. He will play here in Germany. This Colts team has the 26th ranked pass defense in the NFL. They're allowing 244 yards per game. Will Sauce Gardner help out in that respect? He probably will, at least a little. One thing about this Colts defense, though, maybe bend don't break, because as poorly as they rank against the pass, they rank 7th in scoring defense. They're allowing 20 points per game. Nothing wrong with that. This game could come down to kickers. I mentioned that Atlanta missed an extra point against the Patriots. Feels like Atlanta has some terrible luck with their kickers. I don't know if that's just me and if I'm remembering some problems they had last season as well. But the Colts have themselves a pretty good kicker, Spencer Schrader. He's among the league leaders, 92.9% with his field goal attempts this season. Atlanta, not as bad as I expected to see. Parker Romo, 78.6%. He's missed 3 field goals so far. But yeah, this game could be low scoring and could be close. I wouldn't want to lay the points with the Colts. While I do expect them to win, I'd rather have the Colts. But you look at these scores from previous games in Germany, all low, all under 40, all close games. I'm not laying points in this game. I'm going to look at the total. I'm going to take the under. This older stadium, natural grass. It's in Germany. 48.5 for an international game seems a little high to me. So we're taking under 48.5 in the Germany game. If you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you got anything to say to me or say about Prez's torn bicep, hit me up in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.